life is tough. It's not easy. But that's exactly why it's beautiful. That's exactly why it's worth living. You see, every challenge, every setback, every moment of pain is not there to break you. It's there to make you think about it. When was the last time you grew without facing a struggle? When was the last time you became stronger without lifting a weight? When was the last time you learned a valuable lesson without making a mistake? You can't. Well, it's impossible because growth and comfort don't coexist. They're like oil and water. They don't mix. If you want to stay comfortable, you'll stay the same. But if you want to grow, you must be willing to suffer. Now I know what you're thinking. Suffer? That sounds awful. Why would I want that? But here's the thing. Suffering isn't about pain for the sake of pain. It's about the transformation that comes from facing challenges head on. Look at a butterfly. Before it spreads its wings and soars through the sky, it has to go through a painful transformation. It has to break out of its cocoon. If you were to help it, if you were to break open that cocoon, thinking you're being kind, you'd actually be condemning that butterfly to death. Because it's in the struggle of breaking free that the butterfly gains the strength to fly. You are that butterfly. Your challenges, your setbacks, your pain, that's your cocoon. And you have a choice. You can stay safe inside, comfortable but confined, or you can push, struggle, and break free. But let me tell you something. The world doesn't need more comfortable people. The world needs more butterflies. The world needs people who have broken free from their limitations, who have faced their fears, who have endured the pain of growth. You see, success isn't about avoiding problems. It's about growing strong enough to overcome them. It's about developing the resilience to face whatever life throws at you. Think about the most successful people, Did they have an easy ride? Did everything just fall into their laps? No. They faced challenges. They endured setbacks. They suffered. But they didn't let that suffering define them. They let it refine them. Take Steve Jobs. He was fired from the company he founded. Can you imagine the pain, the humiliation? But he didn't give up. He used that suffering as fuel. He came back stronger, more innovative, and changed the world of technology forever. Or consider Nelson Mandela. He spent 27 years in prison. 27 years. Most people would have been broken by that. But Mandela, he used that time to grow, to learn, to become the leader that South Africa needed. These people understood a fundamental truth. To grow, you must suffer. They didn't just accept suffering. They embraced it. They saw it for what it truly is, an opportunity for growth. Now, I'm not saying you should go out looking for suffering. Life will provide enough challenges on its own. But when those challenges come, and they will come, don't run from them, don't hide from them, face them, embrace them, use them. Every problem you face is an opportunity to become stronger. Every setback is a chance to come back better. Every failure is a lesson in disguise. But here's the key. It's not the suffering itself that leads to growth, right? It's how you respond to it. You can let it break you or you can let it make you. You can see it as a punishment or you can see it as preparation for something greater. Remember, diamonds are formed under pressure. Gold is purified by fire. And you're forged in the furnace of challenges. So the next time you face a difficult situation, instead of asking, why me? Ask, what can I learn from this? Instead of wishing it was easier, wish you were better. Instead of looking for a way out, look for a way through. Because on the other side of that suffering, on the other side of that challenge, that's where growth happens. That's where you become the person you were meant to be. About a time when you overcame a significant challenge. Remember how you felt afterwards, that sense of accomplishment, that boost in confidence. That's growth. And it wouldn't have happened without the challenge, without the struggle. Now, I'm not saying this is easy. It's not. Growth is painful. Change is painful. But nothing is as painful as staying stuck somewhere you don't belong. You were born to grow, to evolve, to become more than you are right now. And that process, by its very nature, involves discomfort. It involves pushing past your limits. It involves suffering. But here's the beautiful thing. The more you embrace this process, the stronger you become. The challenges that once seemed insurmountable become stepping stones. The problems that once kept you up at night become opportunities for growth. You see, suffering doesn't just make you stronger. It makes you wiser. It gives you perspective. It builds empathy. It shapes your character. Think about it. When you've been through tough times, when you face your own struggles, you're better equipped to help others through theirs. You can offer not just sympathy, but true empathy. You can say, I've been there. I know how it feels, and I know you can get through this. That's the power of embracing suffering as a path to growth. It not only transforms you, but it gives you the ability to transform others. Now, I want to be clear. I'm not talking about needless suffering. I'm not talking about staying in toxic situations or enduring abuse. That kind of suffering doesn't lead to growth. It leads to trauma. What I'm talking about is the inevitable challenges of life, the necessary pains of growth and change. It's the suffering of pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. It's the suffering of facing your fears. It's the suffering of admitting your mistakes and learning from them. It's the suffering of discipline, of delayed gratification, of doing what's right even when it's hard. This kind of suffering. It's like exercise for your soul. Just as your muscles grow stronger when you push them to their limits, your character, your resilience, your capacity for success, they all grow stronger when you push through challenges. But here's the thing. You have to choose this path. Growth doesn't happen by accident. You have to decide that you're going to embrace the challenges, that you're going to push through the pain, that you're going to use every setback as a setup for a comeback. It's not an easy choice. The easy choice is to stay comfortable, to avoid challenges, to play it safe, but that choice comes with a price. The price of unfulfilled potential, the price of regret, the price of a life half. So I challenge you today. Choose growth. Choose to embrace the struggles. Choose to see every challenge as an opportunity. Choose to let your suffering make you, not break you. Because here's the truth. The person you become through this process, the strength you gain, the wisdom you acquire, that's your real reward. That's your true success. Success isn't about what you have. It's about who you become. And you become successful by growing through challenges, not by avoiding them. Now, know what some of you might be thinking. What if I fail? What if I face a challenge and I can't overcome it? Well, let me tell you something. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of success. Every failure is a lesson. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Every no gets you closer to a yes. But only if you keep going. Only if you refuse to give up. You see, the only real failure in life is the failure to grow. As long as you're learning, as long as you're improving, as long as you're pushing forward, you haven't failed. You're just in the process of succeeding. So don't be afraid of failure. Be afraid of not trying. Be afraid of staying the same when you have the potential to be so much more. Remember, every expert was once a beginner. Every success story is also a story of struggles overcome. Every great achievement is the result of countless small efforts, day after day, often in the face of difficulty and doubt. Think about a baby learning to walk. They fall down countless times. They bump their heads, they cry, but they keep trying. And eventually they walk, then they run, then they climb mountains. You are that baby. Life is your journey from crawling to walking to running to climbing mountains. And every step of the way involves some form of struggle, some form of suffering. But it's through that process that you grow. It's through that process that you become who you're meant to be. Now, I want you to think about something. Think about the person you want to become. Think about the life you want to live. Think about the impact you want to make. Good. Now, ask yourself this. What stands between you and that vision? What challenges do you need to overcome? What fears do you need to face? What habits do you need to change? Those things there, those challenges those fears, those necessary changes, that's your path to growth. That's your opportunity to become the person you want to be. But here's the key. You have to choose to walk that path. You have to choose to face those challenges. You have to choose to embrace the suffering that comes with growth. It's not an easy choice, but it's a choice that will define your life. It's a choice between comfort and growth, between mediocrity and excellence, between a life of what if and a life of I did. So what's it going to be? Are you going to shrink from challenges, or are you going to rise to meet them? Are you going to let suffering break you, or are you going to let it make you? The choice is yours. But remember, to grow, you must suffer. To become more, you must go through more. To reach new heights, you must be willing to leave the ground. Now, I know this isn't easy to hear. It's not comfortable. It might even be a little scary. But that's good. Because comfort is the enemy of growth. And a little fear, that's just a sign that you're about to do something brave. You see, bravery isn't the absence of fear. It's the willingness to act in spite of fear. It's the willingness to step into the unknown, to face challenges, to embrace the suffering that comes with growth. And that's what I'm calling you to do today. I'm calling you to be brave. I'm calling you to embrace the challenges. I'm calling you to choose growth over comfort. Because here's the truth. The world needs you to grow. Your family needs you to grow. Your community needs you to grow. And most importantly, you need you to grow. You have greatness within you. You have potential that you haven't even begun to tap into. You have dreams that are waiting to be realized. But to access all of that, to become all that you can be, you need to be willing to suffer. You need to be willing to push past your limits. You need to be willing to face your fears. Now, I'm not saying this is going to be easy. Growth is hard. Change is hard. Facing challenges is hard. But you know what's harder? Regret. Looking back on your life and wondering what if. Knowing that you had the potential to be more, to do more, to impact more. Don't let that be your story. Choose growth. Choose challenges. Choose to let your suffering make you stronger, wiser, better. Remember, every challenge you face is an opportunity to grow. Every setback is a chance to come back stronger. Every failure is a lesson that can propel you forward if you let it. So the next time you face a challenge, instead of asking, why me? Ask, what can I learn from this? The next time you encounter a setback, instead of getting discouraged, get determined. The next time you fail, instead of giving up, get up and try again. Because that's what growth looks like. That's what becoming your best self looks like. It's not a smooth, easy journey. It's a series of challenges overcome, setbacks bounce back from, failures learn from. And here's the beautiful thing. As you embrace this process, as you choose growth over comfort, as you let your suffering make you stronger, you become an inspiration to others. You become living proof that it's possible to overcome challenges, to bounce back from setbacks, to learn from failures. You become a beacon of hope for those who are still struggling. You become a guide for those who are just starting their journey. You become a leader who can truly make a difference in the world. Because leadership isn't about titles or positions. It's about influence. It's about inspiring others to be their best selves. And there's no better way to inspire others than by example. Now, if I challenge you today, be that example. Show the world what it looks like to embrace challenges. Show the world what it looks like to grow through suffering. Show the world what it looks like to become the best version of yourself. It won't be easy. There will be days when you want to give up. There will be times when the challenges seem too big, the setbacks too frequent, the failures too painful. But in those moments, remember why you started. Remember who you're becoming. Remember the impact you can make. And most importantly, remember this: you are stronger than you think. You are more resilient than you know. You have within you everything you need to overcome any challenge, to bounce back from any setback, to learn from any failure. You just need to believe in yourself. You need to trust the process. You need to embrace the truth that to grow, you must suffer. Go out there. Face your challenges head on. They embrace the suffering that comes with growth. Push past your limits. Face your fears. Because on the other side of that suffering, on the other side of those challenges, that's where you'll find your best self. That's where you'll find your purpose. That's where you'll find your greatness. Remember, the caterpillar must struggle to become a butterfly. The seed must break to become a tree. And you must suffer to grow, to evolve, to become all that you were meant to be. So don't shy away from the challenges. Don't run from the suffering. Embrace it. Use it. Let it transform you. Because you weren't born to just take up space. You were born to make an impact. You were born to grow, to evolve, to become more. And yes, that process involves suffering. But it's a suffering with purpose. It's a suffering that leads to growth. It's a suffering that transforms you into the person you were always meant to be. So I ask you one last time, are you ready? Are you ready to grow? Are you ready to face your challenges? Are you ready to let your suffering make you stronger? If your answer is yes, then get ready. Because the journey won't be easy. But I promise you this, it will be worth it. Every challenge you overcome, every setback you bounce back from, every failure you learn from, it's all part of your growth. It's all part of your transformation. And one day you'll look back on this journey. You'll look at all the challenges you've overcome, all the growth you've experienced, and you'll realize something profound. The person you've become is exactly who you were always meant to be. Go forth. Embrace the challenges. Welcome the suffering that leads to growth. And become the best version of yourself. Because the world is waiting for you. The world needs you. The world needs the person you become through this journey of growth. Remember, to grow, you must suffer. But through that suffering, you'll find your strength. You'll find your purpose. Now go out there and grow. Go out there and become all that you were meant to be. The world is waiting for you. Your time